One, two, 4. Hey everyone, welcome back to Music with Ryan. Thank you for joining me. As you just saw and heard there, I played through 3 arrangements of the classic Bluegrass tune 9-pound hammer in the key of G. Now we're going to cover this first arrangement right now here on YouTube. I'll have the tabs up on the screen. If you want to access everything, download all the tabs for all the arrangements, plus the audio backing tracks at 4 different speeds and the sound slice. Click the link in the box to learn how. I'm also going to include 2 rhythm lessons as well that will be all tabbed out. So all in all, you're going to get 3 solos and 2 rhythm lessons. So this is all encompassing. It's kind of like a study piece here for this Bluegrass standard. So let's get into the first arrangement. Thanks for watching. All right, so let's go ahead and put those first 4 measures up on the screen there. Here's the first 4 measures, what they sound like. 1, 2, ready, go, 1. Fairly straight ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so right there in measure 1, we've got quarter note rest, and then the pickup starts on beat 2, and we're going to do pickups in all 3 of these arrangements, and they'll all be kind of slightly different. So for this first one, it starts on beat 2. It's going to be 2 8th notes on the D string, and then a quarter note. And then 2-0 pull on the D. And then measure 2, we're going to play the open G, and then strum the bottom half of the G chord, and then an open G again, and strum. And the next measure is going to be open G. And then I'm going to do 3-4 hammer. I'm going to use my 2nd finger and 3rd finger. So hammering with my 3rd finger. I'm going to do that twice in a row. And then we're going to shift down to the 2nd fret of the G. So. And then going on the next measure, open G note. And then we're going to go over top of the C chord. So I play the open G and then I strum. And then 0-2 hammer on the D, and strum. And in this arrangement, or in 9-pound hammer, we're going to be doing a lot of the flatted 3, okay? The B flat note, we're going to be going from the B flat into the B natural, from the A into the B flat. Just that little flatted 3 adds a lot of character to this tune, and is often done within the melody here. So those first 4 measures one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, pro tip right here. When you're doing that hammer on 3 to 4, make sure you keep your finger down on the fretboard, okay? Keep that finger down because you're going to go right back to it. And then we're going to shift down with it too, to the 2nd fret. So if you lift off of there, it won't be as smooth perhaps. There's more room for mistake and so forth. So, keep that finger fretted the whole time because we're going to be doing this again in some other measures as well. Okay, then moving on, the next 4 sound like this. that strumming pattern in there a little bit as well, but okay, the melody is rather simple in there, right? So measure 5, we're still on the C chord. I'm gonna play that bass note C, and then it's gonna be open G twice, and then 3/4 slide on the G. I'm gonna use my pinky here, and then open G, back to 2nd fret D. So 1, 2, and 3. I'm sorry. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and next measure, we're gonna land on the open D, but get ready to strum the G chord here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and so down, down, up, down, up. That's what those ties are in there. We're not gonna play beat 3, okay? There's no pick direction marked below it, and this is a very common strumming pattern, which I'll cover in the rhythm lessons as well for this tune. But this is just, again, it's a nice little pattern to kind of fill in the space and provide enough energy, okay? And then measure 7, we're gonna play an open D, and the melody stays on that D string right there. So I just did a bunch of 8th notes on the D string, so 2 and 3 and then 2-0 pull on the D. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and then end on the open G, and then do that same strumming pattern. Up, down, up. So all 4 of those together now. 2, ready, go. Went on just a bit there. You can slide there with the 3rd finger or the pinky. It's just I'm kind of in my C position, and then when things get going a little fast, I probably just, my pinky's free, so I'll do the most efficient move possible. Of the first 8 measures here all together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Cool. So moving on now, we kind of had that first phrase, and now we're going to kind of come into the second phrase, or the second sentence, if you will, of the piece. It sounds like this. Ready, go. Okay, some new things there, and some things we've already done. Measure 9, we play the open G, and then we're gonna go on the 3rd fret of the B string, and we got a little 8th note run here for sure. So we got 2 and 3, and then the open high E, back to 3 on the B, then open B. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and next measure, 3/4 slide on the G, then open G, and then kind of that little strumming pattern that we've already worked on, right? Just kind of half of it. Just in there to fill things up, keep the rhythm going in the right hand. We don't want to just sit still. Again, I'm trying to create a basic melody, but I want to keep the momentum and the pulse going in the right hand in our solo, so it can stand alone, if you will, if need be. So, up, down, up. Up, down, up. And that note is tied in there. So, measure 9 and 10. Next measure, we've already done this in the piece. Open G, 3/4 hammer on the G twice, down to 2nd fret, and then measure 12, we go to the C chord, but open G note is the melody. Strum, 0-2 hammer on the D, strum. All 4 of them together. 2, ready, go. one thing to keep in mind, I talk about a lot in my rhythm lessons and even in my solos, is that the right hand kind of always needs to be going up and down, no matter if you're hitting strings or not, just to help you keep the flow. You don't want to just hit a note and then just stay, be stiff or whatnot. But even if the movement's very little, and when we get playing fast, we're going to have to make it smaller, but keeping that right hand kind of going can really help with the feel and the timing of your solo and or rhythm. All right, then, so moving on to the last 4 measures here. They sound like this. 2, ready, go. So I measure 13, I'm on the C chord still, and we've already done this. We did the same thing in the C to begin with. We do the same thing here for the C chord. So A string 3rd fret, and then open G twice, 3/4 slide with the 3rd or pinky, then open G, 2nd fret D, measure 14, open D. We strum the G chord, right? So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then measure 15. Changes to the D chord, so I'll play a D note, and then I'm gonna slide up to the 3 and the 4, 3 on the B, 4 on the G, 1 it will be 2 and then down a fret, 3, 4, kind of chromatically walking down, 1, 2, and 3, 4. Passage I use very often. Measure 16, open G, 2nd fret D, and then a little 8th note run to end it, open D, 2nd fret A, 0-2 hammer on the A, and then 3rd fret low E, and then be back into my strumming, right? All 4 of those, 2, ready, go. So there's the lesson for the first arrangement. I'm gonna play through the whole thing, all 16 bars from the start to finish, and you can play right along with me. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. There it is. If you want to access the other 2 arrangements and download the tabs and the audio tracks for all of these, plus the rhythm stuff, access to Slow Down and Looper, click the link in the box to learn how. If you want to watch some other videos like this, and Bluegrass, Carter style, click the boxes around me here to watch some more videos on YouTube. Until next time, take care.